keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sunnyside Science video number 12. This one's going to be a little different. It is actually going to be two videos in one. You will have today on Monday, you will have a video on lakes and electricity, and then on Wednesday you'll have more electricity. So announcements. One announcement. So I'm thinking that there's a few people that may be not watching the videos. I mean, who couldn't watch my videos? But anyway, you're just going and taking the quizzes. I hope that is not you. Hello, Wrangler. So first of all, I'm going to talk about lakes, and one in particular is called South Holston Lake. Most of you have been there. It is, out of all the places in the entire world, it is my favorite place to be. South Holston Lake. I was raised on South Holston Lake, and I take my girls to South Holston Lake, and I take my grandbabies out to South Holston Lake. We love it, but what does that have to do with science and electricity, I will let you know. A couple facts about South Holston Lake is, Wrangler, I will take you to the lake. Cut. Okay, did you know that South Holston Lake is in Virginia and Tennessee? Pretty cool. It's in two different states. And it is, it's man-made. The lake is man-made. Yes, it is man-made. They started in 1942. They started building the dam. Actually, under the lake, there was actually a village, a neighborhood of people, and they had to get all those people to move out. They took most of the structures of the homes down. The only thing that was left was just the cement kind of stuff that they couldn't get rid of. So it's still there, people say. They made everybody move that lived in that valley, and then they started building the dam, which is so cool. They started building it in 42. It took them a while, then they had to stop, I believe, for a war, and then they started working back on it, and they did not finish it until 1950. But the reason why they were doing it was for electricity, not so that P-dubs could go swimming. We'll find out soon. Did you know that the lake is 25 miles long? And the funny thing my dad used to try to make me do was see if I could water ski from Virginia, from the dam, all the way to the Virginia side, which was 24 miles. I only did it about 3 times in my life, and it exhausted me, kind of like this dog is doing right now. So the last little bit of information is the dam is actually 285 feet high. They say that when the water is at its highest level, that the dam is 300 feet deep of water. Wow, that's a lot. Now I've got my friend from Bristol, Tennessee Electric Company that's going to talk to you guys and try to put this lake, dam, electricity together.
Hello, my name is Clayton Dow. I serve as Director of Engineering for Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services. Here at BTES, we buy power from TVA, and then we take that power and redistribute it to all of our customers across Bristol, Tennessee, Bluff City, and other parts of Sullivan County. TVA has many different ways of generating electricity, but one of the cheapest and most efficient ways is using water at one of the hydroelectric dams. In Bristol, we're fortunate. We're actually connected to one of those dams called South Holston Hydro, which provides some of that electricity to our customers every day. So to be able to harness energy from the water, a dam is constructed to be able to increase the height of the water at the intake. The water then flows in the intake and down what's called a penstock until it reaches a turbine. Similar to the way a water moves a water wheel, if you've ever been to Dollywood or somewhere like that, where you see water that actually spins a wheel vertically. A turbine typically is horizontal, but the water coming down the penstock hits those turbine blades and begins to spin a shaft in the middle of the turbine. So this shaft is then connected to a generator, usually mounted on top, and that generator is composed of a rotor and a stator. So the shaft goes up and it's actually connected to the rotor part, and as that shaft spins, it causes the rotor to spin inside the stator, and that movement is what generates actually a flow of electrons, and that flow of electrons is what we commonly refer to as electricity. So from there, the electrons go to a transformer, and at that point, the voltage the transformer is used to step up the voltage, that flow of electrons of electricity. And part of the reason there is by stepping the voltage up, it makes delivery of electricity much more efficient, and you can do it for much longer distances. So that's part of why that happens. But so that voltage is stepped up, and in our area, it's stepped up to around 69,000 volts, and then it's handed off to BTES. We pick it up using our power lines and take it to one of our substations, and then we, from there, distribute it to the customers we serve, and also we connect to other power plants from TVA also and other substations to get more power, because the hydro facility in our area is not big enough to carry all of our customers. So there's other sources we have as well. So that's a very brief and high level overview of how hydro dams are used, hydroelectric facilities are used to generate electricity, and we're very fortunate to have several of those in our area. It helps keep our electric costs lower because it's a very cheap source of electricity, and it's a very neat process to learn about. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope that you maybe can do even a little more research to learn more about this process.
So thank you to BTES and my friend he knew a lot of stuff. Whoever knew that the lake had something to do with electricity? I just thought it was for swimming.
Oh, yummy fries. Brought to you with electricity from the lake. So I'm actually kind of at the lake. Hey guys, stay tuned because next week we're definitely going to be at the lake. I'm going to bring a video to you that shows you a little bit more about electricity and the lake. We will not have a quiz on this one because it's the two-parter, so you will have a quiz on the next episode. Stay tuned for the joke. What was my joke? Oh, I can't remember my joke, Kelsey. Wait a minute. Stop it. So here's the joke. Why do elephants always like to swim? Because they always have their trunks with them.
Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way. If we keep on the sunny side.